Hey friends! In this video, I'm just sitting down chatting with you very casually, but about a topic that is really important. It's one that I covered in a video a few years ago called post-travel depression. So this video is a second part to that. Since making that video, I have received so many emails from people all over the world on a daily basis. No exaggeration. I checked my emails today and I got 4 emails just about post-travel depression. And that is because it is something that so many of us go through, yet not many of us talk about. For those of you who may not know what post-travel depression is, maybe you haven't experienced it yourself, it is basically this overwhelming feeling of depression, anxiety, just feeling overwhelmed that you get when you come back from a trip. It could be a week-long trip, it could be a month-long trip. And the reason for it is because we experience so much when we travel, we grow so much as people, and in such a short time that it's a lot. And we don't realize that we grew so much in such a short time, and it takes us a while to process all of that. So that is what the post-travel depression is. It's that processing part. Because a lot of the time when you travel, your needs, your wants, your desires, everything changes. You see the world in a different way, and you realize that your life can be different too. And that can be a lot to take in. Back before I made that video a few years ago, I had been suffering from post-travel depression for about 1.5 years. Now I had traveled for 10 months previous and just experienced so many exciting and wonderful things and really changed and grew as a person, and came back to Toronto, my hometown, and everything looked the same. Everybody that I, like my friends and family, seemed all the same, yet I felt like a completely new person, and I just felt like it was just so overwhelming to go through such a transition and such a change in such a short time that it was overwhelming, and I felt like no one could relate to me. So when I Googled like these feelings I was having, depression after travel, I could not find anything. I couldn't find any blog posts, I couldn't find any videos, and I felt so alone. And I think that is also why it took me so long to get through it and to come to terms with it and understand it and accept it and grow from it. I really believe that when I was suffering from post-travel depression, if I had somebody that I could have related to who's going through it as well, and I reached out to them and we could talk, I feel like I would have gotten through it in an easier way, in a faster way. So I want to use this video specifically for that. For those of you who are suffering from post-travel depression, for those of you who have gone through it already, I want you to leave your stories below, leave how you're feeling below in the comment section, and let's all share with each other, comment on each other's stories, and help each other out, help each other get through this. Because if you are suffering right now from post-travel depression, you are not alone, you are normal. Travel is so transformational. It makes us grow in such a short time, but so much, and it's overwhelming. It's a huge transitional experience. So it's okay that you're feeling how you're feeling. I do not blame you. You just experienced something amazing. But it's nice to have other people be able to relate to you and share their experiences with you and their feelings so that you know you are not alone. So let's do that in the comment section below. A lot of you have asked in the emails that I've received if I'm still suffering from post-travel depression after each trip that I take, especially because I travel so much. And my answer to that is no, not to the extent of what I felt from that 10-month trip, because that really consumed me. It was really intense for me. But I also learned so much from that experience, and especially about how my mind works, how my emotions work. The fact that these negative emotions that I was feeling, or negative emotions, were actually just like a blessing in disguise that made me stronger, made me grow as a person, as a traveler. And now when I come back from a trip that is maybe more intense, I've had more of an intense experience than others, I will start to feel kind of those familiar feelings, but I understand them and I accept them, and I know that it's just growth. And it's because I just experienced something pretty magical and pretty amazing. The more you learn about your emotions and the more that you accept them for what they are as part of the human experience, the easier it gets. And I find that you have to really believe that you just accept them. You just accept it. Accept that it will pass. If you have not seen the first video, post-travel depression video, you can click over here. I think there's room. It might be over my face, but that's okay. Click on this video and you'll learn more about my story specifically with post-travel depression and a little bit more about what that is. Click on it, give it a look, and don't forget to comment below with your stories, and let's just help each other out, be there for each other. I think it's really important, and I want this community to be more about that, about sharing, about giving back to each other, and being like a family. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps some of you out there to know that you're not alone. And yeah, leave your comments below. Cannot wait to read them, and I will see you later. Happy travels!